Hey, yo, viewers and viewers, my name is General Red Strategist, and welcome back to Sir You're Being Hunted. This is episode 537 now. So, at the end of the last episode, we actually made a start, or rather, we tried, I should say, our little experiment using the talismans and seeing how far out we could swim into the sea. We got reasonably far, I would say, further than, I anticipated, and we really did kind of learn something, I think, well, clarified something just about the way I think maps generate in Sir, because this game, you totally would have thought I would have learned this much sooner than I did, but no. I'm only really sort of thinking about it for the first time, but the way with obviously maps generate along the coastlines is there's always like a certain layer of rocks that generate further out to sea. But then beyond that, there's never anything more. You just get to open water, and that's usually the case, I think, with pretty much every island. But, yeah, so we did learn some things, ladies and gentlemen. If you can get to those rocks, you can get quite far out into the ocean, but never too far, though, to put it that way. So, we're doing a podcast-style episode today. In the meantime, this is just a random map that I've decided to generate just for the sake of this episode, because I haven't yet decided on a new experiment or challenge to have a go at next. But, I just thought I might spend a little bit of time, maybe 10 or 15 minutes, just record a quick little episode that can go into the schedule. And I did actually have a topic in mind. It's a funny one, actually. I'm surprised, actually, that I haven't really made this a topic for Sir You're Being Hunted before, considering it's a topic I have had in mind for some time, but I've just forgotten to actually bring it up, and ended up talking about other stuff instead. But I've been thinking, ladies and gentlemen, about memes. What's your favourite meme, ladies and gents? There's plenty of them out there, isn't there? I can certainly name some favourite memes of mine. I mean, whenever I think of what is my personal favourite meme, do you know what I always think of? I always think of the "I can't believe you done this" guy. Him. He's one of my favourites. Oh, I can't believe you done this. Him. It's punched in the face. Doesn't even sound hurt. He just sounds disappointed. But it's a classic. It's a great one. But there are other memes as well that I'm quite a fan of. Thing is, if you watch any of my Steam reviews videos each month, especially some of the ones from more recent months, you'll see there are certain memes that I do use quite commonly. Because again, they are favourite ones. Like, what's his face from the US version of The Office, Michael, doing the "No, God, no!" that one. That's a favourite one of mine as well. I've never actually watched The Office, either the UK or the US versions, but that scene with Michael screaming "no" is a classic, and I know what the context of that scene is as well. It's like a scene where I think a colleague who he absolutely dislikes comes back to the office, something like that. But it's just a clip that often fits in so many situations. Because that's the thing, people often ask, how is it that certain clips, images, certain things suddenly go viral? What is it about them that makes them go like that? And, there's no kind of straightforward answer to that, I think. There's a whole host of reasons why something could go viral and become a bit of a meme. But to be honest, I think a lot of them do have something in common, in the sense that it's something memorable that can be sort of taken out of its original context and you can apply it elsewhere. So I'm not just thinking here about like video clips, for instance. I'm also thinking of things about like meme images. Because we've all seen things like Good Guy Greg, Smug Bear, and all these. But the thing is, there's a certain like template that they end up following, and you can sort of transpose them into all sorts of situations. And that's probably one of the reasons why certain memes do become as viral as they actually do. Just because of how sort of, well, how many situations you can potentially apply them to with a little bit of tweaking and all that. Because Lord knows that's exactly the kind of thing I've done in my Steam reviews videos, taking random little clips and stuff, and just when I come across like a certain review, for instance, that I'm going to include in the video, I think to myself, oh, that meme would actually fit that comment so well, and so I end up using it. So, you could take any sort of context where, say, something really unlikable has happened, and you could put Michael from The Office screaming "no" to it, and it works. It works absolutely well in that particular instance. Or, you could hear of something utterly unbelievable happening, and you could put the "I can't believe you done this" guy, slip him in there. And that works perfectly and all that. So yeah, Let me know in the comments, ladies and gentlemen. What's your favourite meme and all that? But often with memes, you also find that it's difficult to force a meme. You know, you can't just force something to become a meme, because Lord knows there's plenty of people out there, I feel, who try and deliberately make stuff in the hopes that it will become a meme. But, I don't know, memehood, to put it that way, comes naturally. You can't force it. Because a lot of things that become memes that go viral and all that, you know, usually their creators didn't intend for them to, but they just sort of did, because something about them was so funny and weird and quirky and just likeable that people inevitably press that like button. And as more and more people do that, of course, the algorithm puts that higher and higher up the search list. And so more and more people see it, more and more people like it, then it gets higher and higher up the search list, and so on and so forth. The cycle continues and all that. But yes, I didn't realise I was going to be spending a few minutes at the start of this episode going through the science of memery. But here we are, ladies and gents. Right, is there anything on the shed? In the shed, rather? Nope, nothing there. So, as I want to record this, it's sort of mid-afternoon on a Friday. Sort of finished work early today because there wasn't really anything else that needed doing, so I've just been sort of chilling out for much of the remainder of the day. In fact, just before I started recording this episode, I've been recording a bit more Ruby Volume 7, so a bit more of that over on the Propagandist channel coming soon, if it hasn't actually been released already, that is. But no, I'm not going to talk about Ruby. I've talked about Ruby so many times in my So You're Being Hunted episodes. Let's talk about something else for a change. God, is that a freaking General Red meme? Witters about Ruby. Somehow managed to bring all conversations back to Ruby all the damn time. You guys are probably sick of hearing about it. But yeah, here we are. Yeah, I'm trying to think what other memes are there out there that I do find particularly enjoyable. I'm trying to like go over, for example, the all my Steam reviews videos, just like sort of remember them, trying to kind of think of them in my head and think of things that I've used before in them in terms of clips, things like that. I mean, another favourite of mine that, you know, is always just a great one is always the what is it? It's the image of Jean-Luc Picard in Star Trek doing the facepalm. Classic. Because the thing is, like, that obviously comes from a clip in the show where he's talking to Data, and that's another little meme that you can use in so many real life instances. It just fits so well. So that's another great one. That's actually not really one I've used though in Steam reviews videos, incidentally. I don't know why I was talking about that in relation to my Steam reviews videos, because, you know, I don't think I've actually ever used it in Steam reviews, have I? Or have I? I don't know. The thing is, I've done so many of those Steam reviews videos now that I can't remember everything that's happened in them. I can't remember, you know, the full extent of every last review, every last clip, every last humorous image or whatever that I put into them. That's the thing, though. But I'm sure, you know, people have their favourite moments from that series. They can probably talk about and all that. Ooh, there's a mansion over there. Let's go and have a look. I mean, I certainly think there are probably, well, I was about to say General Red memes, to put it that way, though, to be honest, I wouldn't really call them memes because they're not viral at all. But there's certainly General Red moments that people probably remember, like me in my So You're Being Hunted complaining about gas coming up from my tea and all that. That's actually not just a So You're Being Hunted thing, that's a General Red thing in general. Get out of here. Whoop. Oh, that guy's body freaked out. Oh, 2 bags of mints, what a greedy bastard. Get rid of that, there we go. And you, oh, yes please. I was hoping for a torch, but, oh my god, fucking rifle and ammo, look at that. Dearie me, how perfect. In fact, how much ammo is that? 10 rounds. Okay. Combined with the one in the gun, that'll be 11 in total. Fantastic. Has anybody got a torch around here? It's a bit dark. It's funny, isn't it, though, how in Sir, it's never actually truly dark at night. The sky always just seems like a very pale shade of blue. Weird. But that's So You're Being Hunted for you and all that. I suppose it's just to make sure you can see a little bit, since light sources in this game are always a bit rare. Torches are never that frequent and all that. Yeah, that's fine and all, you know. Just gulp down some more tea. Is anything in this village over here? Yeah, probably. Oh boy. You know, I've speaking of like things like viral videos and stuff like that, There is a video clip that I keep thinking of. I don't know if you'd necessarily kind of call it a meme, but it's certainly a humorous video. And I always remember the first time I watched it, I just could not contain myself laughing at it. And it's quite an asshole-ish thing of me for me to laugh at, but it's one of those things where you can't help but laugh. Has anyone ever seen the video clip of? I assume it's from somewhere in North America, so either in the United States or Canada, maybe. It's a video clip someone's taken of their backyard where there's like a bear, sort of like trying to scratch its back against a fence or something, but there's this like rope that's set up on the fence, and the problem is, as the bear sort of like rubs its back up against the fence, I think this rope like gets stretched taut to the point where it snaps, and when it snaps, it like whips around the bear with such force that it basically, one end of it just whacks the fucking bear in the crotch. And first time I saw that video, I just fucking burst out laughing. It's like that. What makes it funnier is just that the fact that obviously it clearly hurts, because the bear just like immediately stops scratching, goes down on all fours, and then he's just like then sort of squirming around on the floor with his legs splayed out, clearly in pain. And it's just one of those classic things of, you feel like such an asshole afterwards because you're laughing at someone or something else's misfortune, but you can't help yourself. You just laugh. It's just, oh god. Even thinking about that video right now is just making me it just makes me want to crack up with laughter. Maybe I'll have to try and find that video after I've recorded this episode, who knows. But yes. So, yes, I'm a bit of a douchebag, ladies and gentlemen, for laughing at that. But, you know, don't pretend you haven't laughed at videos or instances of other people's misfortune, alright? As long as people, you know, don't get long-term damage, and as long as they find it funny as well, then I suppose it's okay, isn't it? Then again, I say that, but we have no way of knowing if the bear was okay in the end. Maybe the bear is very indignant. Maybe the bear knows that a video was taken and was shared around the internet, that his misfortune came to be, well, that he came to be the laughing stock of humanity all across the globe. Or then again, maybe he doesn't have a clue because he's a freaking bear, and bears, you know, not exactly the most intelligent of animals. I'm just saying, just going out on a limb and all that. You know, I think all a bear is really concerned with is eating salmon, clawing to death hikers in the woods, and fattening up in preparation for hibernation in winter and all that. You know, I don't think bears really think of much else, as far as I'm concerned. Watch as now that one person suddenly appears in the comments like, actually, Red, I am an animal behavioural expert, and I can tell you that bears clearly think of more than just their rudimentary needs, as evidenced by this academic paper that was published in 2016, which clearly said, bears are clever, yo. What is this character I've just made up now? I don't even know. What am I doing? I'm like flicking around the camera as though I don't know where I'm going. Good lord. Alright. What a friggin' palaver. But yes, favourite video, ladies and gentlemen. I don't regret laughing. I don't. I mean, there's plenty of fucking videos of people's misfortune on there that are just funny when you watch them. Or actually, I'll tell you a funny video. A funny meme video that, of course, you know, always gets people laughing. Disgusting. The Scottish mother with the two little girls. How do people not know how to flush a toilet after they take a shit? It was fucking one of yous. Oh, jeez. Terrible, but funny. Dearie me. But like I say, leave me your suggestions for your favourite memes down below and all that. And I will tell you whether you have good taste or shit taste. And you know what? You don't need to take me seriously when I do, because, to be honest, I am not exactly the arbiter of what is good and shit taste. I don't claim to be, anyway, but that's not going to stop me from doing it, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm just sort of wandering around the island, not really doing anything. I just wanted to spend freaking 10 minutes or so just talking about memes and viral videos. That's all I wanted to really do, folks. I haven't really got anything else to talk about. unless you just want to hear about my day at work. But then again, you're probably not going to be very interested in that. Huh. Look at that. 2 friggin' device... Wait. Huh. All 3... Well, 3 device pieces, I should say, out of 4, all in close proximity to one another. It's always interesting in Ser when you get generations like that, where the device pieces all spawn into kind of like a tight cluster. I've had islands in the past where that happens. It's nothing new. We've seen it... Whoa, what are you doing, buddy? You stay away, please. Alright, well, I'll just go back over here, then. Wait, stop. Who is friggin' spotting me? Some douchebag, no doubt. There's a lot of these hunters around, isn't there? Whew. Got some nice hot tea, that is. Delicious. Just what you need to keep you warm on a sort of wintry day, because it's still kind of cold here in the UK at the moment. Temperatures have been in the minuses generally on average, and the problem is, living in an apartment and all that, you have to keep it heated at certain times in the day, because obviously heat going up and all that, you can lose heat quickly. I mean, it's not too bad. That makes it sound really bad, but it's not. It's a fairly modern build, so, you know, it is for the most part quite insulated. It does maintain a bit of heat. But, you know, there are just sometimes days where I get back from work and it's freezing on the inside. I have to just, like, put the radiators on for a little while, just to take the edge off the air. Take the edge off the chill, rather. Take the edge off the chill in the air. That's what I'm trying to say. Good lord. Alright, you know what? I don't really have much else to talk about in this episode. I've already exhausted that topic of conversation. So, you know what? This will do just for a bit of filler content on the channel. So, yeah, a little bit of meme conversation there, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments, what's your favourite meme, folks? Because I'm dying to know. Facebook and Twitter links down below, along with the link to my propagandist channel for anyone interested. If you enjoyed, a like is of course always appreciated. On that, this is John Red signing off. Goodbye, everybody. I'm guessing maybe we're in a coma, or maybe we're dead. Some kind of afterlife. Oh god, alright. Suddenly it's now unlocking controls. Ooh! That's a whale. It's a giant flying whale. It's not what I was expecting. I really don't like the thumping sound, can't I? Ooh! What are you? What are you? Oh, get out of here! No! No, leave me be! Oh god, I'm gonna die. Okay. I needed to run way sooner. Holy shit. June just got her throat torn out. Okay, you know what? I think we just have to run. I don't know what the deal is with the whale, but